consented to the recording of your personal data, and we shall use it and abuse it to the greatest legal extent possible. But it makes sense. Okay. I'd like to firstly just warmly welcome you all here this evening or late afternoon. We're very, very pleased to see you. My name is Ian Walton. I'm Director of the Centre for Commercial Law Studies and Professor of Information and Communications Law. For those of you that I haven't met before, scarily, this is only my 29th year at Queen Mary University of London, so I'm showing a discrete lack of imagination in terms of places to work, but I'm extremely proud to be director of the centre, and I'm very pleased to see you all this evening joining us for the launch of the new chapter. I, first of all, hope you're all well and surviving under the current circumstances. I understand lockdown is just about to be initiated for 17 days, and I know that's very hard, particularly for any of you that have children. I think that, and I look to Lucas here, because Lucas has had to go through 2 lockdowns in the United Kingdom with children, and that is, I think, probably the hardest, one of the hardest things to be. But we hope you're all right, well. We hope you and your families are surviving under the current circumstances. As I said, we're tonight establishing a new alumni chapter, and for Turkey, and we have, the centre has always had a very strong representation from Turkey, and we're very pleased and proud to be a place where you have chosen to study. These alumni chapters is a new development. It's designed really just to give an opportunity to bring you back and connect you to old friends or new friends, and maintain and build an ongoing relationship with the centre. And in that respect, as well as Catherine, who will be administering the chapter, we have Lucas Mistalis, who most of you will know, who has kindly agreed to be the academic lead from CCLS. So I'll be handing over to Lucas in a bit. I'm a great, as I said already, I'm a great lover of Istanbul in particular. It has to be said, really a wonderful place. But I've spent probably far too many hours at the airport, traveling to Central Asia as well, and so I know every single bit of the airport to a scary degree. Now, CCLS, obviously, we've been online since March 2020. We're just coming out of our current lockdown, but we're still not able to have students on campus. So it's still very much an online activity. May the 17th is the date that we've been given. I mean, I think that's when your lockdown ends. That's when we're going to be able to welcome students back to Lincoln's Inn Fields, to the Mile End Road, and various places. So it's been a challenging time, and what's been a particular shame about, amongst the many for the centre is last year we celebrated our 40th anniversary, and some of you may have been intending to come to London to join us at our dinner, anniversary dinner with Roy Good and other great and good who were behind the founding of the Centre for Commercial Law Studies in 1980. If you weren't able to come, or you obviously weren't able to come, but I hope you were able to attend some of our webinars, and we're continuing to offer such things over the course of the academic year. CCLS continues to grow and extend and change to reflect the real vibrant nature that Roy Good envisaged the centre having when he established it in 1980. We now offer increasing opportunities, employability opportunities for our students. Q Legal, as I've already mentioned this evening, now offers 250 students the opportunity to provide some sort of legal advice to clients, or take part in internships or externships. We've just established an internship with Airbnb in California, although students haven't got out of London yet, unfortunately. But we really consider it critical that as part of the LLM, you have the opportunity to do something that goes above and beyond, to give you skills and opportunities that help you get jobs. And as alumni, you know how important it is to have things that you can show on your CV that indicate some of the extracurricular activity that you engaged in and gave you some sort of something that distinguishes you in the job market. We continue as a centre to do cutting edge research that has real impact. And a couple of examples would be the work that Julia Hornler has been engaged in on online gambling, which has been taken up by a number of member states and has impacted the law and regulation of online gambling. Duncan Matthews has been very busy with regard to ensuring access to medicines, which in the COVID environment, with disputes over vaccinations or availability of vaccines, is clearly a key issue. And so we continue to be a research-led faculty, trying to innovate in the way in which we offer LLM modules to our students. Next year, we will be offering new modules in public affairs advocacy, bringing policy and law together, in legal technology. And of course, we will continue with some of the courses such as Lucas's arbitration award writing, where we're really focusing on that interaction between academia and legal practice. And as a centre, we're continuing to focus on the role of commercial law as a tool for development. And one of the most exciting initiatives in the last 12 months is the establishment of a sovereign debt forum, in which Rosa Lastra and Rodrigo Olimares Caminel have essentially been advising developing countries on how to restructure debt, how to negotiate with banks in the developing countries. So it's some really exciting developments. But this chapter is about you, our alumni, and I've got to fly. You're incredibly important to us as part of the CCLS family, and that's why we've established these chapters. It's an opportunity for you to professionally and socially network, but also to find out about what we're doing to ensure lifelong learning. I mean, clearly, you did the LLM because you wanted to gain additional knowledge of particular areas of law, potentially to deepen your knowledge or to shift the direction of your career. And that is something that we want to continue to offer you opportunities to come back, distance learning, or have weekend courses, executive education, opportunities to continue to develop your legal skills and stay at the cutting edge of your profession. And we hope these chapters will also be an opportunity for you to give back to CCLS, from offering mentoring, for example, to our existing students. You're all aware that mentoring can be incredibly valuable in allowing a current student to talk about their hopes and fears about entering the job market, and having somebody that's already in a career who has gone through that process is something that can be very valuable. So I'd like to encourage you to think about ways that you may want to continue to support the activities of the centre, whether it be in kind, through mentoring, or through related activities, or clearly supporting our scholarships or bursaries to allow new students to have the opportunities. So yet again, I'd like to reiterate my welcome to you all. We're really pleased to see so many of you. And with that, I will hand over to Lucas and hope you have a very enjoyable evening.
Many thanks, Ian. Perhaps I'm in a similar situation as Ian. I've been at Queen Mary for just over 22 years, getting 23 years. So it's either a lack of imagination or a genuine commitment and loyalty to the place. And one of the distinct features of Queen Mary, ever since I joined, and actually I was even considering in 1990 to apply to Queen Mary to do an LLM, which I haven't done for other reasons. But is the interaction with the students. One of the features of Queen Mary is this diverse, ambitious, driven, extremely intelligent and talented group of students we have, and that actually makes the work so exciting. It's equally exciting when we travel around the world, and I have been in Turkey for work many times since I joined Queen Mary, is that you hardly go to an event, at least in my area, and you don't see a few, and depending on the event, a dozen or 2 dozens of alumni in the room. And that's certainly my experience also whenever I have been in Istanbul for mainly for events. So I have been very pleased to be asked to be the academic liaison. My father's family comes from Castellorizo, which, as you know, is just a stone's throw from the Asia Minor coast, and obviously I have been many times to Turkey, and I have quite a bit of affinity for the place, and most importantly for the people. I'm happy to be able to have that ability to facilitate. Queen Mary organizes alumni in two different ways. We have alumni groups when we have a sort of a small concentration of people, and we have alumni chapters when we have a much broader sort of group. And that was actually one of them is Turkey. And for us it's very rewarding, because Turkey is a civil law system very much close to the Swiss, German, perhaps even in some parts French legal thinking, and still we have had a very good numbers of students from Turkey who joined us to study and who went back home or stayed around the world in various parts of the world. Mehmet is in Amsterdam, if I'm not mistaken, and do an international career, partly because of Queen Mary, and that is excellent. And I can see that some of you, your work is mostly in regulatory sort of frames. I see Bagda Gul there, who is of course in energy regulator, people who are in private practice, people who are in academia, people who combine that, and that's great. So what we are here to do, apart from welcoming and inaugurating the chapter, is to give you an opportunity to get to know each other. I mean, Turkey is not a small country, and you come from different years, and you might not have had that interaction. And for you to decide what would you like to do in the foreseeable future, and to see what we can do to support you. And we do provide some support for chapters within the resources we have. We don't provide support for groups, but for you is not an issue, because you are a chapter. And with that, I think I would like to welcome you and ask whether any member of the coordinating committee would like to take the floor and perhaps say a few words and how you see your own.
Lucas, may I start?
Of course.
Thank you very much. My name is Elia Schildermak. I started as a student at the center right after Ian and right before Lucas. It was a long time ago. And there were very good days, actually. I benefited greatly as a student of the Center for Commercial Law Studies. I had published a few articles, and at the end of the day, with the great supervision of Lucas and Julian, I had a chance to publish my thesis. Thus, I'm very proud of being a member of the CCLS family. The CCLS Turkey chapter is for both alumni who reside in Turkey and those who live in overseas. So far, we have 114 alumni joined our CCLS Turkey LinkedIn group. Please join if you haven't done so already. The link will be shared in the chat. The chapter is organized for alumni, by alumni for alumni, and there are 8 of us on the new committee. The Turkey chapter will obviously encourage and enlarge networking through participation in various events, and it will facilitate sharing experience, expertise, and knowledge. Some of the objectives of the committee is to encourage alumni to network and participate in activities globally, to establish mutually beneficial relationships between a chapter and the CCLS, to bring together alumni from across the years to share their expertise and to connect everyone in the CCLS and wider Queen Mary community, to create a network of alumni connecting CCLS students and prospective students in the region or country to help recruit, attract and share knowledge, to help enhance the profile and reputation of the Queen Mary brand in our region, to encourage alumni in our region and country to help interesting updates and news for the CCLS community, to access and promote CCLS events and activities. And we are at the very early stages of the creating or thinking about the activities. So if you have any good idea, please share with us. And there will be a pool launched towards the end of this event. So please share your views to help us with our planning. Thank you very much.
Who else from the committee would like to also address the group? And for example, we have different chapters have different sort of views of what to do. For example, Indonesia has been very active in doing a number of seminars, webinars, updating on a number of issues. So Ian has been involved in some of them. The Colombian chapter has a number of social events, and they're running in May a bigger academic conference on the 50th anniversary of the Colombian Commercial Code, and sort of with involvement from Queen Mary faculty. So there are so many different ways of what you can do and what you can achieve. So let's have somebody else from the committee sort of sharing their views and expectations. It's not a class, I don't want to call on somebody.
Maybe I can take the stage, Professor Vincent. Hello, everyone. My name is Mehmet Cihaneren. I am also a member of CCLS and actually proud alumni. I am currently based in Amsterdam, working at De Brouw and specializing in international arbitration. And Professor Mr. rightly put, I largely owe my current position to my LLM degree from Queen Mary. So I'm really grateful for that. I find this chapter to be a great opportunity for all of us to network and get to know each other. In the preparation of this meeting, I got to know 2-3 other colleagues, and now I am constantly in touch with them. And I would like to get to know all of you and organize as many events as we can in the future. Thank you for all of us for joining. Anybody else?
Maybe I can take the lead. Hello, everyone. I am Nisanur Hikimoğlu. I am one of the graduates from Paris institution, CCLS HEC in Paris. My specialism was international dispute resolution and economic law. And after the graduation, I came back to Turkey, and the Queen Mary, being a Queen Mary alumni, helped me a lot to build a career in arbitration. And I worked with Professor Cemal Şanlı, mostly on energy and construction arbitration cases. For the moment, for family reasons, I moved to Ankara. And if there is any of you in Ankara, based in Ankara, I would love to meet them personally too. And as a Queen Mary network, I think it will be very beneficial for us to build a professional and social network. We can share our experiences. And some of us work in abroad, some of us are in Turkey. So we can be in touch and benefit from each other. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Professor Miselis, I have an idea. Do you think that with other chapter committees, can we meet and I mean online meetings and hold some webinars?
Absolutely. I think that's the idea with a number of other, that came from a number of other chapters. And I think the desire for sure exists for such interaction. And I would think that once hopefully we get out of the pandemic, there will be much more of that. There could be, for example, bilateral or trilateral, multilateral meetings where there is quite a bit of natural synergy and where you feel that you can, because of subject matters or personal connections, interact a bit more. As you know, the Queen Mary has, I think 29 chapters almost now. There's a specific chapter for arbitration called AFSIA, and then there's Brazil, China, Colombia, distance learning program, France, because some of you might also be in France, and a national chapter, Germany, Greece, India, Indonesia, Kenya, Latin America, Nigeria, Spain, Switzerland, Thailand, Turkey, and UK. For example, I know that Switzerland and Turkey have quite a bit of proximity in terms of private law. So yes, I think that's something that I have no doubt that Celia and Catherine would be able to facilitate. They would be able to introduce various committees. And I said, as and when things get better, one could have some sort of retreat or visits or something more than just a webinar. But in the meantime, we have to satisfy ourselves with webinars.
And maybe we can start step by step, as we had talked during our pre-meeting. We have very precious alumni members, especially in Turkey, like Mr. Ali and other precious members. So we can start by organizing some local webinars with our precious members. Then maybe we can talk with other chapters. So that might be my suggestion.
Yes, by all means. I think we see that as an organic growth. We see that something that you will be developing in the way that will satisfy the particular demands of the market. I mean, some event could be once a year that you meet some students who apply to Queen Mary and haven't decided whether to come to Queen Mary or to go to another, may I add, slightly inferior institution. Or it might be that somebody is about to complete their degree and then they have thoughts about what to do. And amongst the group, there, I mean, Ali is in academia, but also distinguished in arbitration practice. Other people would be sort of, as I said, I mentioned Bagdagul, if I pronounce it correctly, who does energy, but we have other students who have worked, for example, as sort of in the legal team of Vestas in Turkey, in-house. So you have in-house law, you have private practitioners. That interaction would be very, very helpful. But I agree, Elal. Perhaps the first step is have a couple of meetings which are entirely to create your own identity, create your own dynamic, and then you move on to something else.
We also talked about Q&A sessions, which will be quite useful for prospective students. I think that might be one of the first steps that we will take as Turkey chapter.
Hello, Professor Mistelis and dear friends. This is Badagül. First of all, I think 10 years ago, I graduated from Queen Mary. But I never felt that I left Queen Mary, and I always felt very close to my friends and my professors. And at the moment, I am working at the regulator, Turkish energy regulator, but I'm also chairing the International Confederation of Energy Regulators gas group. It's a 7-continent global regulators confederation, and also I am vice chair in the Mediterranean regions, MEDREG, the Association of Regulators in the Mediterranean region. So we have several activities concerning energy regulation, and also now in my work in MEDREG, we are able to announce we are deciding on how to create a new academic and regulation collaboration. And so we will announce an awards on energy regulation. So I will maybe update you on this issue. And also, like 1 year ago or 1.5 years ago, we started a collaboration with Energy Law Institute with James Dallas, Professor Dallas. But after the COVID pandemic, the regulation, the World Energy Regulation Conference that would be held in Peru was delayed. So we halted the collaboration. But now maybe since we are slowly lifting the COVID pandemic's effects, maybe we will give a push to that. And I will be very glad to help in any way. I'm here, and all of my friends and my professors for any collaboration and any event that could take place concerning energy regulation and also arbitration.
And very happy to make introductions if you want to the RAI, which is the Hellenic Authority for Energy, Regulatory Authority for Energy, where Yannick George is a Queen Mary graduate, of course. Also in Germany as well, in the regulatory side. But
yes, I have good lawyer friends in Greek regulator like George now, but he will move to Deloitte, Greece, and lots of friends around regulators, and also Greek friends also as well.
I think we can certainly make introductions also in Germany if you don't have any. But also, for example, in countries like Chile, where Queen Mary has run a number of energy events with the ministries there over the years. Some of them, of course, have moved now to private practice, to ENI, etc. But really, that networking opportunities is what we would like to promote in the alumni.
Yes, it would be very good. Also, I would like to stress that I am also in the committee of the selection committee of Jean Monnet scholarships in Turkey concerning energy, but sadly UK is out of the scope of Jean Monnet scholarships right now. However, the Paris branch may be also still in effect. So I would like to stress that so the Jean Monnet scholarship can also be for Queen Mary in France, I think.
Yes, and we have actually expanded the energy program in Paris in the last 2 or 3 years.
Thank you. It's very nice to see you.
Very good to see you.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, no. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Nazlı. Good evening, everyone. I am Sezen, and I am one of the, I don't know, but I am curious whether I am the only one public lawyer here. I don't know. I am graduate from Queen Mary Human Rights LLM, and also I am a student alumni ambassador in Turkey. I attended many events for prospective students, but I am really happy to be with you this evening because especially I am an academic. First of all, I need to emphasize that. I am working on Istanbul Medeniyet University Law Faculty, Constitutional Law Department. And especially in terms of the webinar issue, all kinds of webinar related with constitutional law, human rights law, or public law, I'll be very happy to be part of that. So I just wanted to say hello, and I want to say that I am a public lawyer. So if one of you are a public lawyer, really happy to make something about that. Thank you, Professor Mr.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sezen.
Lucas, may I ask our friends to not just being a part of webinars, but to lead webinars?
Yeah.
Because we have experts on various subjects like energy regulation, like constitutional rights, human rights, IP. I have seen even tax expert. So we should ask our friends to take the lead, and if we can help, we do our best. And let's organize with your leadership an event, and obviously we will do the same. But my expertise is arbitration, dispute resolution, mediation, etc., international commercial law, but not, for instance, human rights. So we need leaders for that.
Although there's, of course, a lot of interaction with arbitration and human rights, as we all know.
Sure.
I think that synergies are also very good to explore. Or arbitration and energies is a very natural partnership there of construction and so on.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. This is Johnson. Actually, I'm living in Glasgow right now, in Scotland, and I'm PhD student but my background is intellectual property, and actually I graduated in 2011, and I'm actually finding really interesting that this is the first time I'm part of something from CCLS. So actually I want to ask some questions. So is there anyone organizing these things? Because I think Delal mentioned that there was a pre-meeting. It seems that Ali is kind of also leading this group. So how the technicalities of this group, how we will communicate, perhaps you will, because I tried to check LinkedIn, I couldn't see a specific page for this chapter. Perhaps maybe you can just make these more visible, how we will communicate, because I'm sure not only us, but there are so many alumni out there having lots of experience in terms of that kind of activities, active in different associations, just they can do so many different things. But I think the communication is key in this respect, and it will be great if you can enable that communication between us and let us know how we will do that. Thanks.
Yes.
There's actually a specific page on LinkedIn for Turkey chapter.
Yes, Johnson, what I wanted to say is two things. First of all, the Queen Mary approach to that has been to enable and facilitate organic growth, which means when we were deciding, because we cannot going to have 200 and 190 national chapters, we have at the moment about 29, and they maybe grow to 30, 35. So when we had the idea of creating a Turkey chapter, we looked around and asked all members of staff to nominate people that we thought they will have a role in running the local Turkish chapter. And the LinkedIn page is an open page, and everyone who is a Queen Mary alumni and is a member of the LinkedIn page can invite contacts in that. There will be a designated also place within the CCLS alumni page for Turkey. And then apart from that, we are open. We are open to ideas. There's not a closed number. People can join, and they can invite friends and colleagues from their own years, because it's impossible for us to trace all of that. Don't forget also that up to 2007, Queen Mary was part of the Intercollegiate London LLM, And in other chapters, we found, for example, that there were people who were happy to be associated with the CCLS chapter, although they were King students or LSE students. So that's why the Queen Mary records start more or less about 2007. Ali is a much before that period, but he was a Queen Mary PhD student. And therefore, we expect that to grow, and we expect that to grow very much as when we move on.
Also, this is Sercan speaking. I am also 2017 graduate in Queen Mary. I work in Dantons, Turkey in the competition law department, and would like to participate in any kind of professional webinar, as you mentioned. And as Johnson mentioned, I also want to learn how can I participate in the community and contribute to the community. In addition to these professional events, I may also suggest that today is not a good day because of the pandemic, but the summer will be better, we hope so. So we can meet in Istanbul, and I'm not sure it won't be the same having a pint in Shakespeare pub, but it will be nice to catch up after 6 in somewhere in Istanbul, even 4 of us, 5 of us, how many of us. So any social event, I will definitely support.
Absolutely. I think if you want to be more involved, of course, let the current committee know, and also write to Celia and Catherine that coordinate from the administrative side, and we'll be very happy to see many of you joining us. I don't want to stop the discussion. I think the discussion should carry on, but as I have indicated, I have some childcare duties at the moment, so I need to pick up my kids from the nursery because my wife is not very well, so I have to do that. Very good to see all of you. Stay on the line, stay on the call because it will go for a bit longer, and I will be very much looking forward to seeing you in future events, and I will very much look forward to seeing you in London or Paris or Istanbul or Ankara, as in when we organize something in person. And I can say, I can speak for all my colleagues, all of us will be very happy to do that and to work with you very closely. Have a wonderful afternoon, and take a deep breath. It's only 17 days. London has had a 4-month, UK has had a 4-month lockdown. We're just coming out of it, and I could have a haircut and sort of be a bit more civil. So see you all very soon, but stay on the line, please.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Lucas.
Bye.
Thank you.
Şimdi hepimiz Türkçe konuşabilir miyiz acaba? Türkçe bilmeyen var mı?
Biz bize kaldık ama Catherine burada.
Catherine, I'm sorry.
Catherine kaldı galiba.
Catherine. Okay, it's okay.
Catherine
We can...
gidecekti ama çocuklarımı almam gerekiyor demişti ya. O da
Çıktı,
çıktı galiba.
çıktı. Catherine çıktı.
Catherine
Catherine,
çıktı galiba.
Tamam. Eğer diyorsanız ki İngilizce konuşalım, o da olur.
This event is recorded and will be put into the web page.
Sorry.
Johnson, so please go ahead with English.
Okay, I will go ahead. At least like maybe we can just edit that part, okay? Like my Turkish moment, we can just edit that part. Sorry for that. Anyway, the one thing that I will add to my previous comment is I have some kind of experience in this kind, like not like alumni group, but in that kind of organizations, associations, and generally I think it's better to have like at least certain number of people leading the organization. I'm not talking about like only these people will undertake all the responsibilities or they will conduct everything, but at least like ensure that everybody inform about everything, like organizing things, maybe putting some deadlines, just to ensure that this group is working efficiently. As I said, this is like I graduated in 2011. This is the first time I'm involved in something like that. I think it's so useful because there are so many good lawyers all around the world, Turkish lawyers, and we can definitely benefit from that network. So it will be great to have this group really working efficiently and creating networking opportunities for all of us.
And just to add, I think you may have not seen that, but there is a specific group on LinkedIn for the Turkey chapter. I can share the link if you want.
It's in the chat, Delal. Johnson, if you can check the chat, you could see the
Yes.
LinkedIn group.
I think Catherine has shared it, right?
Yeah,
Right,
it's
sure.
in the chat. You are right. Communication is fairly important. It's one of the duties of the committee, Turkish chapter, to, you know, deal with communication issues. You know, if any one of you has any idea of organizing any event, it could be a webinar or something else. You could get in touch with one of us, and you know, we will do our best to assist you. You know, how you can organize. I personally try to give my own share with you my own experience as well in organizing these type of events. If you don't have any experience, but you know, we are 114 member group at the moment. It will grow up hopefully. So you know, we could do anything if you like. We could organize webinars, we could organize training events, we could organize, you know, anything else, anything you name.
Propose we prepare a newsletter each month or each 2 months. What do you say?
The length, for instance, and the subject matter.
Well, it depends on the subject of the month, for example.
We could work on it. It could be, you know, on various subjects of law, or it could be
Subjects
on
of
certain.
law.
Yeah, it could be on certain subject of law. For instance, we could, you know, prepare a dispute resolution bulletin and deal only with this subject, or you know, something else broader.
A newsletter containing some fields of law, such as competition law, ADR, economic law, IT law, like a potpourri.
It could be. Why not? We could share news from various parts of the world, court decisions, articles, books, anything else. Yeah, why not?
But at first phase, the problem is the reaching more and more people, I think. So maybe we can use our friends, first of all, for example, we can add our friends on LinkedIn page, and then we can meet again. Because today I was really shocked, actually, because 20 people is really low amount of, when I think about Queen Mary's graduate in Turkey. So maybe, I don't know what do you think, but maybe we can meet again, and maybe this time we can reach more and more people, and then after that we can talk about newsletter or anything else. Or if you like, we can start with webinar, for instance. Maybe this one make us famous, I don't know. Maybe after that, after a webinar, people wants to be added. So I think the first problem is reaching more and more people.
Sezen, let me take the lead. Let me organize a webinar on arbitration. Why? Because through mediation department at the Ministry of Justice, we can access to, at the moment, 17,000 mediators, lawyers. And so, you know, the number of mediators will raise up to 50,000 soon. So we can have access to all these people through events. So through events we can get recognized. For this reason, it's important to have events.
Yes.
You know, we can write down all ideas and try to decide which one to start. So let's start with a webinar on arbitration. It's a hot topic in Turkey at the moment. Some of you may know. And everyone tries to have some sort of training, some sort of webinars. So it will attract people, certainly.
I would like to contribute as speaker.
Oh, sure,
I
of course.
work in the field of arbitration.
Of course, we like you to contribute.
And Mr. Ali, if you agree, we can share the poll, because I think some of the participants are about to leave.
Please.
But I would like to add one thing before we do the poll, if it's possible.
You can do it at the same time, actually, as I understand, right?
Okay.
You can
I don't know
speak.
how it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
It should be like that, but anyhow.
I will now share the.
Okay. I think the members of this group is also the participants are very enthusiastic. So instead of relying on one event in arbitration, I think we can run parallel events at the same time. So I know many people specialize in competition. There are other people specialize in IP. So, and Professor Mistelis kindly agreed to introduce us to other professors. So it would be way more helpful, I think, if we run parallel events at the same time, and webinars are, I think, suitable at the moment because everybody is at home.
Mehmet, you know, no problem. I just gave the idea. We can have as many webinars as we like.
One thing I think we should all agree on at the moment is the forum that we will keep in touch. Is it going to be a WhatsApp group or LinkedIn group? So then we can take things forward. That's what I mean.
We could have a WhatsApp group, or we could go through LinkedIn group. We could do the both. So if you share your phone numbers with us, how you could do that? Can anyone organize a WhatsApp group? I'm not very familiar with organizing this type of stuff.
I can make it now if you like.
Okay, Sezen, if can you write your phone number so everyone could share with you their own phone number, and we can establish a WhatsApp group.
Sorry, if this is recording. Sorry, if we are recording this, you may not want to share your phone number
in the chat.
Johnson, actually, I am, as I said, a student alumni in Turkey, so they know my phone number.
Okay, okay.
Everything.
May I shortly introduce myself and say something also regarding events, maybe?
Sure.
I am Biset Sena Güneş, and I am right now in Germany, responsible for Turkey desk at Max Planck Institute for Comparative Law and Private International Law. Thank you very much, Professor Schildermak, that you gave me some advices in the past before, and that really helped to pursue an academic career. And I'm really happy to see Sezen also, that we were flatmates during our LLM year at Queen Mary, and also we are really close friends. I also would like to suggest that, I mean, you can think we have a guest program here at Max Planck Institute, and also scholarship program. So maybe you can apply for that too. And also maybe we can have a collaboration. I'm thinking of organizing seminars regarding Turkish law, and also invite you. Maybe we can organize something as a collaboration with CCLS Turkey chapter together.
It's a great idea. Is it Bizet or Sena? I remember Sena, right?
Sena. Yeah,
okay, Sena. Well, it was a pleasure. It's good to see you. It's a very good idea, actually. So if you can share your views through a LinkedIn group with us.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. Sure.
So I may now share the poll if you want, that we would like to submit to your attention.
Please, yeah.
So let me launch the poll. Can everyone see it?
Yeah, we see it.
Okay. I can't vote, I think.
We cannot vote, Delal. We only.
I cannot. Oh, you cannot. You cannot
No,
either.
no.
Okay.
I
Sorry.
only can see the results.
So we can say it out loud if you want.
Okay, sure.
Maybe we can impact.
Let's wait. Has everyone voted?
2 more people have to vote, I think. Or is it just
yeah, 6.
We are waiting 2 more people. 1, and it's okay. I'm ending it right now, so you can see the results.
8, 9, 15. We have still 2 of us. So we have okay. All right. So the question, you have seen the question. So why we have participated this chapter? The most result is more or less the same, actually. Networking events and mix of the above, which means social catch-up, substantive updates, creation of working groups on specific topics, events relating to professional development, advocacy skills, and you know, substantive updates, e.g. webinars, got 0. And participation in volunteering events for social causes also got 0. So what is important is networking events, social catch-ups, professional skills development, and maybe mixed of the above. Some of us dealt with those issues by responding that. Anyone wish to say anything else?
Hi, maybe I can take the word. Sorry for my delay of participation. I was just coming out of a meeting and there was huge traffic outside. I'm Aysu now. I graduated from Queen Mary CCLS in 2018. Then I started working in a lead competition law firm in Istanbul. Now I'm working in my own law firm as self-employed in Ankara. But still continuing to participate in competition webinars. And for the results of the poll, maybe after we get to know each other a little bit more with networking events and catching up events, maybe we will be more willing to or more energized or motivated to organize any webinars or any issue. But like, it will be really great to, for example, I guess I just stated that publish news bulletins monthly, or I don't know, biannually, and participate in webinars that are organized by Queen Mary alumni in Turkey. So that's it.
Thank you, Aysu. Anyone who hasn't spoken maybe can introduce just himself or herself. No? Okay. Thank you very much. We should keep in touch one way or another. So I think we have contact details of all of you. If we don't, please make sure that we have your contact details. We will be keep in touch. Thank you very much. So if committee members can stay, I would appreciate, and you can leave. That's this is the end of the event. Thank you very much.
Teşekkürler. Sağ olun.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Right. Some of us needs to write a few sentences to Catherine on what we have spoken. So if you can volunteer, I really appreciate on that.
I can volunteer if you'd like.
Okay, Ece, Nisanur, can you also be a volunteer? Okay, thank you very much. If you could to write to Catherine, that would be great.
Okay.
We have heard about the ideas. So what do you think? Actually, we will speak at in the post event
next week, right?
Okay, okay. Let's think about it until next week, and then maybe we could decide what we can do. All types of things we can do, but is this pool will remain somewhere?
I took screenshots, so I can share it with
you. Have done that? Oh, we have
okay,
to
amazing.
take screenshot for
I
Evelyn. You did for the pool, but for the whole?
But for the whole, of course, in the beginning.
You have done that.
Yes,
perfect.
I did,
Thank you, Nisanur. You need to share that with Catherine as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah, I will. I will.
Super, thank you. Okay, thank you to everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Ali, for your contribution as well.
No problem, no problem. It's a pleasure working with you guys. See you next time.
Okay, see you. Bye.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Everyone keep
See
safe.
you
Bye
next
bye.
week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.